On a rainy night in the city, a young woman lay bleeding on the road. Cars slowed down. People gathered. Phones came out. But nobody helped, not until a poor Okada rider stopped. What happened next would shock an entire city, because that rider made a decision. A decision that cost him everything he had. But what nobody knew was that this one act of kindness would change two lives forever. This is the story of Emeka, the Okada rider who paid a stranger's hospital bill, and the unbelievable way life paid him back. Every morning before sunrise, Emeka woke up in a small one-room apartment on the outskirts of the city. The room had only three things: a tin mattress, a wooden chair, and a small gas stove. Life had never been easy for him. Emeka lost his father when he was just 10 years old. From that moment, survival became his daily mission. School stopped early. Dreams faded quickly, and by the age of 20, he was already riding an Okada for a living. His motorcycle was old. Very old. The red paint had faded. The seat was torn, and the engine coughed loudly every time he started it. But Emeka treated it like gold, because that bike was the only reason he could eat. Every day he rode through the city, carrying passengers from one place to another: office workers, market women, students rushing to class, sometimes even drunk passengers returning home late at night. But despite working almost 16 hours every day, money was always tight, because Emeka had someone depending on him: his mother. She lived in the village, and she had been sick for years. Kidney problems, hospital visits, expensive medication. Every naira Emeka saved went to her treatment, and every time he sent money home, he told her the same thing: "Mama, don't worry, your son is strong." But deep down, Emeka knew the truth. He was barely surviving. And then, one rainy night, everything changed. It was around 8:30 p.m. Rain poured heavily across the city. The roads were slippery and traffic was slow. Emeka had just dropped off his last passenger when he noticed something unusual ahead. A crowd. People were gathered in the middle of the road. Some were shouting, others were simply watching. Curious, Emeka slowed his motorcycle. Then he saw it. A car with a smashed front bumper, broken glass on the road, and a young woman lying motionless on the wet ground. Blood slowly flowed from the side of her head. The driver had already fled. People stood around the injured woman, but nobody touched her. Some people were recording videos, others whispered. One man said quietly, "This one is police case. I know one trouble." Another person added, "Ambulance go soon come." But minutes were passing, and the woman was barely breathing. Emeka looked around. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. Dozens of people standing there, yet nobody helping. The rain continued to fall, and something inside Emeka refused to ignore it. Emeka parked his motorcycle. He ran toward the injured woman. Her eyes were closed. Her breathing was weak. If she stayed there much longer, she might die. Emeka shouted to the crowd, "Please help me lift her." For a moment, nobody moved. Then a teenage boy stepped forward. Together they carefully lifted the woman. Emeka placed her on the back of his motorcycle. "Hold her family," he told the boy. Then he started the engine. The motorcycle roared to life, and Emeka sped through the rain. Cars honked as he weaved through traffic. Headlights flashed across the wet road. The hospital was 15 minutes away, but Emeka rode like a man racing against time, because he knew something. Every second mattered. When Emeka arrived at the hospital, nurses rushed the woman inside. Doctors quickly placed her on a stretcher. Machines beeped. Voices echoed through the emergency room. Emeka stood in the hallway, drenched in rain. After a few minutes, a nurse approached him. "Are you her relative?" Emeka shook his head. "No." "Then who brought her here?" "I did." The nurse nodded. Then she said something that froze him. "We need an emergency deposit." Emeka frowned. "How much?" The nurse checked the paperwork. 200,000 naira. For a moment, Emeka thought he had wrong. 200,000. That was more money than he had ever held at once. He looked through the glass door at the unconscious woman. Doctors were working quickly. Machines surrounded her bed. If the hospital deposit wasn't paid, treatment would stop. The nurse looked impatient. "Sir, please decide quickly." Emeka slowly placed his hand in his pocket. Inside was an envelope. The money he had been saving. Money meant for his mother's treatment. Everything he had. And suddenly, he faced the hardest decision of his life. Emeka stood silently in the hospital corridor. Two lives were now connected to one decision. If he kept the money, his mother could continue her treatment. If he paid the bill, a stranger might live, but his mother might suffer. The nurse cleared her throat. "Sir." Emeka closed his eyes. His heart beat loudly in his chest. Then he whispered quietly, "Save her." He handed over the envelope. Every naira he had saved, months of hard work, gone in seconds. The nurse rushed away with the money, and Emeka sat alone on a wooden bench. He stared at the floor. He didn't cry, but deep inside, he felt something heavy. Still, he knew one thing: if he walked away without helping, he would never forgive himself. Hours later, A doctor came out of the emergency room. She is stable now. Emeka nodded slowly. Thank God. The doctor looked curious. Are you her brother? No. Friend? No. The doctor frowned. Then why did you pay her hospital bill? Emeka shrugged. She needed help. The doctor was speechless. Before anyone could ask another question, Emeka quietly stood up. He wore his cracked helmet, started his old motorcycle, and disappeared into the night, without leaving his name, without expecting thanks, without knowing that someone would soon start searching for him. 2 days later, the woman finally woke up. Her name was Adis Okofo. When she opened her eyes, she saw her parents standing beside her hospital bed. Her mother was crying. Her father looked relieved. Adis spoke quickly. What happened? Her father explained the accident. Then she asked the question that changed everything. Who saved me? The doctor answered. An Okada rider. Adis smiled faintly. I want to thank him. The doctor hesitated. He already left. Adis frowned. Left? Yes, but he also paid your hospital bill. The room went silent. Her father blinked. An Okada rider paid. The doctor nodded. And suddenly, the search began. Adis refused to let it go. Her father ordered the hospital to check CCTV footage. They found the video. A tired Okada rider carrying an unconscious woman through the rain. His clothes soaked, his face serious, but his eyes full of determination. Adis watched the footage again and again. She didn't even know this man, yet he had sacrificed everything for her. So her family began searching. They asked Okada riders across the city, mechanics, fuel stations, street vendors. Days passed. Then finally, a mechanic recognized the motorcycle. That bike, not Emeka owned. And just like that, they found him. When Adis arrived at the mechanic workshop, Emeka was arguing with the mechanic. His motorcycle engine had broken down, and he didn't have enough money to repair it. Suddenly, a black SUV stopped beside him. Emeka turned. Adis stepped out. For a moment, they simply looked at each other. Then she said softly, "You saved my life." Emeka scratched his head. "Oh, the hospital girl." Adis laughed. She had never heard someone call her that before. Then she asked the question everyone wanted to know. "Why did you pay my hospital bill?" Emeka answered calmly, "Because you needed help." Adis' eyes filled with tears. "Do you know that money could have saved someone in your family?" Emeka nodded. "Yes." "Then why did you still do it?" Emeka looked at the sky. Then he said quietly, "If people stop helping strangers, the world will become a very dark place." Adis' father stepped forward, and what he did next changed Emeka's life forever. Adis' father handed Emeka a small envelope. Inside was a check, more money than Emeka had ever seen. Then he gave him something else, keys to a brand new motorcycle. Emeka stared at it in shock. "I can't accept this." Adis smiled. "You already paid the price when you saved me." From that day forward, Emeka's life began to change. He bought more motorcycles, started a small transport business. His mother finally received proper treatment, and every year, Emeka and Adis returned to the hospital together, paying the medical bills of strangers who couldn't afford treatment. Because kindness has a way of multiplying. Sometimes the world feels selfish. People watch suffering. People walk away. But every once in a while, someone chooses kindness, even when it costs everything. And when that happens, the world becomes a little brighter because of people like Emeka.